The United States is in an ignorant, arrogant adolescence, grappling with its identity and future. These are the words spoken by acclaimed actress Sharon Stone, delivered with a gravitas that silenced the room at the Turin Film Festival, leaving the audience in deep contemplation. Stone, known for her roles in iconic films like Basic Instinct and Casino, used her platform to issue a stark critique of American society, leveraging her fame to highlight pressing issues. Her words were not meant to condemn, but to awaken a nation seemingly sleepwalking through a critical juncture in its history, urging citizens to reflect on their collective path. Stone's assessment, while blunt, resonated with an unsettling truth, echoing the sentiments of many who feel the country is at a crossroads. Her observations about the political climate and societal awareness in the US painted a picture of a nation grappling with internal divisions and a waning sense of global responsibility, highlighting the urgent need for unity and awareness. The actress, a recipient of the festival's Lifetime Achievement Award, didn't shy away from difficult conversations, using her moment in the spotlight to address these critical issues. Instead, she dove headfirst into the heart of the matter, challenging her fellow Americans to confront uncomfortable realities about their place in the world and to take action towards positive change. Her words serve as a necessary wake-up call, urging a nation often perceived as inward-looking to embrace a more globally conscious perspective, fostering a sense of responsibility and interconnectedness with the rest of the world. Stone's use of the word adolescence to describe the United States is particularly striking. It evokes images of immaturity, impulsivity, and a limited understanding of the complexities of the wider world. Like teenagers navigating the turbulent waters of self-discovery, Stone argues that the US is grappling with its own identity on the global stage. The arrogance, she suggests, stems from a sense of exceptionalism, a belief in its own inherent superiority that often blinds it to the perspectives and experiences of others. This perceived arrogance, coupled with a lack of historical awareness and global understanding, creates a dangerous cocktail. It's a potent mix that can lead to poor decision-making on both domestic and international fronts. The consequences of such actions, Stone warns, can be far-reaching, not just for the US, but for the world at large. To illustrate her point about American insularity, Stone points to a startling statistic. 80% of Americans do not possess passports. This means that a vast majority of the population has never ventured beyond the borders of their own country. This figure, while perhaps surprising to some, underscores a fundamental truth about a significant portion of the US population. Their worldviews are often shaped by limited exposure to life beyond their own borders. Many Americans live their entire lives within the confines of their own communities. Without the benefit of first-hand experiences in different cultures, it becomes easier to fall prey to stereotypes and misinformation. Experiencing different ways of life firsthand can challenge preconceived notions and broaden one's perspective. The lack of a global perspective can breed fear and mistrust of the unfamiliar, further fueling the flames of isolationism. This isolationist mindset can lead to a resistance to change and a reluctance to embrace new ideas. Stone's intention is not to shame those who haven't traveled abroad. She understands that there are many reasons why people may not have the opportunity to travel. Rather, she aims to highlight the inherent limitations of a worldview shaped primarily by domestic experiences. She encourages people to seek out diverse perspectives and experiences, even within their own country. A nation that prides itself on its diversity must also embrace a diversity of thought and experience, recognizing that true understanding comes from engaging with the wider world. By doing so, Americans can foster a more inclusive and empathetic society. The implications of this limited worldview extend far beyond individual perspectives. It seeps into the very fabric of American society, influencing political discourse, foreign policy decisions, and even cultural attitudes. When a nation lacks a nuanced understanding of global affairs, it becomes susceptible to manipulation by those in power. Fear-mongering and divisive rhetoric find fertile ground in the absence of critical thinking and informed debate. Stone's critique, then, becomes a call for greater civic engagement and critical consumption of information. It's a plea for Americans to look beyond their own borders and engage with the world in all its complexities. She challenges her fellow citizens to question the narratives presented to them, to seek out diverse perspectives, and to become active participants in shaping a more just and equitable world. Section 5. The dangers of isolation. Sharon Stone, drawing parallels to historical precedents, cautions against the dangers of isolationism. She reminds her audience that the United States, despite its position of power, is not immune to the forces of extremism and societal decay that have plagued other nations throughout history. The rise of fascism in Europe, she argues, serves as a stark reminder of what can happen when ignorance and intolerance are allowed to fester unchecked. History is replete with examples of nations that succumb to their own internal divisions, blinded by arrogance and a refusal to learn from the mistakes of the past. Stone's message is clear. The United States must not succumb to the same fate. It must actively combat the forces of isolationism and xenophobia that threaten to erode its core values. Section 6. A call for global unity. Central to Stone's message is a passionate call for global unity and understanding. She believes that only by coming together as a global community can we address the pressing issues of our time. She emphasizes that the challenges facing humanity, climate change, poverty, violence against women, transcend national borders and require collective action to overcome. These issues are not confined to any one nation or region. They affect us all. The actress, a longtime advocate for various social justice causes, underscores the interconnectedness of the world's problems and the need for collaborative solutions. She highlights that no single country can solve these issues alone. Her focus on violence against women serves as a poignant example of an issue that demands a global response. Stone stresses that this is a human rights issue that affects millions of women worldwide. Stone argues that such violence is not merely a women's issue, but a societal ill that requires a fundamental shift in attitudes and behaviours, particularly from men. She calls for a change in how society views and treats women. She implores men to become allies in the fight for gender equality, recognizing that true progress requires a collective effort to dismantle harmful norms and create a safer, more just world for all. Stone believes that men have a crucial role to play in this movement. Section 7. Baldwin echoes concerns. Sharon Stone's sentiments about American uninformedness found an echo in fellow actor Alec Baldwin, also present at the Turin Film Festival. Baldwin, known for his outspoken political views, voiced similar concerns about the American public's grasp of global affairs. He expressed his belief that many Americans lack a comprehensive understanding of critical issues, citing climate change, the conflict in Ukraine, and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict as prime examples. Baldwin attributes this lack of awareness, in part, to a limited appetite for in-depth information. He suggests that many Americans are content with superficial understanding, failing to delve deeper into the complexities of global events. His comments sparked a conversation about the role of media, education, and personal responsibility in shaping public understanding of global affairs. Section 8. Informed Citizenship. The observations made by both Stone and Baldwin highlight a crucial aspect of a healthy democracy, the importance of informed citizenship. In an increasingly interconnected world, where information travels at lightning speed, the ability to critically analyze and evaluate that information is paramount. Informed citizens are better equipped to hold their elected officials accountable, to engage in constructive dialogue, and to make decisions that benefit not just themselves, but society as a whole. Education, of course, plays a vital role in fostering informed citizenship. However, it's not simply about acquiring knowledge, it's about developing critical thinking skills, embracing diverse perspectives, and cultivating a lifelong love of learning. Section 9. A time for reflection. Sharon Stone's words at the Turin Film Festival were not meant to be comfortable. They were meant to challenge, to provoke, and to spark a much-needed conversation about the state of American society and its place in the world. Her critique, while sharp, stems from a place of deep concern and a desire to see her nation live up to its ideals. Her message is a timely reminder that true progress requires introspection, a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, and a commitment to learning and growing as a nation. It's a call to action for all Americans to embrace their role as global citizens, to engage with the world with open minds and hearts, and to work together to create a more just and equitable future for all.